Sue Klein with RE/MAX of Santa Clarita. Today we're going to be talking about title with Derek LeBlanc with WFG National Title Company. Hi Derek, thanks for joining us this morning.
Absolutely, Sue. Pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Hey Derek, can you explain to the buyers and the sellers and just the consumer out there, what is a title report?
A title report is something that's ordered by escrow when you sell a property, Sue. And once escrow opens, they call our company. They open a title report. It's a preliminary title report. And what in a preliminary title report is the preliminary findings of everything against the property. So what we are looking for to give to escrow, since they're the ones who are going to be dealing with all the issues involved with title insurance, is are the taxes paid? Who's on title? Do we have the right parties? How much is owed? Those types of issues. And then of course you have everything that normally runs with the property that we make the consumer aware of, which would be your CC&Rs, recorded easements, stuff like that. So that's what's in a preliminary title report that escrow gets to share with buyers and sellers to show that what needs to be dealt with during a transaction.
Okay, and who usually pays for that? I mean, what side?
That's a great question, and I'm asked that frequently. So what happens in a transaction, there's two sides of title insurance. The seller pays the owner's title policy for the benefit of the buyer. In other words, what we do when a title report is open, what we're ensuring is that anything that has happened, recorded, transpired on a property or against an individual from the time they purchased it till the time we're closing escrow to the new buyer, that's where all the work is done. And we take care of all that. The seller pays for that, and that is for the protection of the buyer. So the owner's title policy that is paid for by the seller is for the benefit of the buyer in case there's ever anything in the future where the buyer needs to file a claim if anybody comes back for something that was not
after the property.
Absolutely.
Closes.
And then the second policy is the buyer pays the lender's policy. The lender, whoever, if they're not paying cash and they're getting a loan, the new buyer, they have their own, the new lender has their own standalone title policy for the protection of their loan. So you have two policies in place. You have the owner's policy, and then you have the concurrent lender's policy.
Wow, that's great information.
Most people don't generally know that, so it's a good
Yeah,
question.
I know that. Also, Derek, I know there's something called a statement of information. What is that for? Why is that ran?
Another great question, Sue. So a statement of information is, again, it's part of when we have our preliminary findings in the preliminary title report, we send it back to escrow. Generally, because Los Angeles County is the biggest in all of the United States, you have a lot of crossover commonality of names. So if we have a John Smith on title, and he has in our systems multiple pages of liens, judgments, IRS stuff, child support, we can't decipher if it's our John Smith or a different John Smith somewhere in LA County. So a statement of information is provided by escrow in the initial escrow instructions, and it's a questionnaire. It asks, do you have any aliases? Where have you lived for the past 10 years? And what is your social security number? With that information on that one-page statement of information, provided back to us by escrow after the seller fills it out, we can determine if the John Smith that has these number of liens is one that is affected on our property or if it is not at all. So that is a very vital piece of information that I always suggest our listing agents to get their sellers to fill that out as quickly as possible and get it back to us as quickly as possible. Because if you have a 30-day transaction and we find out there's an IRS lien, they are not the quickest responders, and it may hold up a transaction. So it's a very vital piece of information, and it is extra vital to get it back as soon as possible.
Wow, that's great information. Well, Derek, you know what? Thank you. I think that we ran out of time for the questions today, but I wanted to